Good afternoon, students. So we'll continue with the chapter Constitutional Design. So the topic which we are going to discuss is the acceptance of Constitution. As you know, India is the country of diversity, right? In every aspect, you will find the diversity. But still, being a diverse country, everyone accepted the constitution. Until now, we are accepting this. So, how is that done? That we are going to understand. Okay. Now, here you can understand that its legitimacy, then you have Constituent Assembly represented the people of India, and then process by which it was made. So, these are the things which make the people accept the Constitution. Now, if you see, legitimacy is the value or importance. Okay. So, how it was made? First thing, if you see, when the members were representatives were selected, the constituent assemblies members were selected, they were basically the representatives, elected representatives, right? So they were elected in the state legislative assembly, right? They were already there working in the state legislature, and there, if you see, they were elected representatives. Right. Now, as India is diverse country, and you will find diversity in every region, but the members were also from that diverse regions, right? From different regions, we were having the members. Now, with those different members, we were having different opinions. Yes. So, if you see different people, different ideas were together came into the constitution. It was together combined into the constitution. Understood? That is why, if you see it has the importance and value. Okay, now the representatives, if you see, they were from different regions, and that is why we had the opinion of each and every diverse group, right? Whatever diversity was there, whatever diverse groups were there in India, we were having opinion from all the diverse groups, and that is why we were having the idea from each and every group. Now, the third thing is the process by it was made. Now, it was not there that some rules were set and we asked people to accept that. That was not the scenario. So first the drafting was done and the chairman of drafting committee was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Right. So first the drafting was done. On that drafted constitution, there was debates and discussions. Whatever representatives were there, the elected representative from all the diverse group from different reasons, they all debate and discussed all the ideas which were there in the draft. Right. After that, 2000 amendments were done. Wherever people thought that yes, this thing should be changed, they have done that as per the opinion of the representatives. Right. So 2000 amendments were done. Then rationals were there. That means reasons, valid reasons were there behind each and every thing which was mentioned in the constitution. So if you see its importance, its legitimacy, which make the constitution to accept from all the diverse group. Then you have the constituent assembly represented the people of India. That means we were having the representatives from all over India from each and every region and all the diverse groups. Right. So every diverse groups were having their representative there in the constituent assembly, who has given their opinion and discussed and debated. Now the process by which it was made, it was not a very strict rule which were made and which was implemented, but it was discussed by the people. 299 members they discussed, and after that whatever changes were required with the valid reason it was done. And then constitution came. That is why everyone accept that, because everyone's opinion has been taken and it was implemented. Understood? Is there any question in this one? Last time. So this is why our constitution is accepted by each and every diverse group. Now next topic is guiding values of the Indian Constitution. So now question comes that what is the ideological and philosophical base of the constitution. So here first we will understand the ideological base. So in this we had many of the dreams and promises. Okay, many dreams and promises were there. Now who all guided in that, whose ideas were taken in forming the constitution, that we are going to understand. So here if you see Mahatma Gandhi, we are Ambedkar. Now we need to understand from where do we get which was the base for the constitution. So here if you see first Mahatma Gandhi. Now you will tell that Mahatma Gandhi was not the part of Constituent Assembly. So yes, he was not the part of Constituent Assembly, but his ideas were taken in there. Okay, his ideas were about the social upliftment. Okay, so that idea was basically taken in the constitution. Like if you see banning the liquor, that kind of ideas were there, and it was taken from him, and it was like mentioned in the constitution. Also, if you see, Mahatma Gandhi was not part of Constituent Assembly, but Constituent Assembly was following his ideas. Okay. Next is B.R. Ambedkar. So B.R. Ambedkar's idea of like reservation for the weaker section, that was also considered in the constitution. If you see, the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi and B.R. Ambedkar were totally different. Mahatma Gandhi basically focused on the social upliftment, but B.R. Ambedkar, as he was himself from a weaker section and he has seen the discrimination which existed that time in the society. So he was basically in favor of reservation for the weaker section. He demanded reservation for the weaker section so that there can be equality in the society. Understood? So their ideas were different, but both the ideas you will find in the constitution. Okay. Now, a reflection in the preamble. Now, if you see, the whole constitution preamble is basically the summary of the constitution, introduction of the constitution. Understood? So basically, what is there in the constitution, the whole idea you can see in the preamble. Okay. Now we understand philosophical base, that is remember we are going to discuss understand. So first we need to understand what is introduction, the summary of the Constitution. But in definition, how we are going to write it. So, introductory statement of basic values of the Constitution. Contains the philosophy on which so, preamble is the introductory statement of basic values of a constitution. It contains the philosophy on which the entire constitution is based on. Understood? Now we will understand the preamble. So here we'll understand the preamble. So in this, if you see, we the people of India. So it is taken as we the people of India. That means it is not made by or it is not made for one person, right? Or a group of people or group of what you say, a group of people. For a group of people or by a group of people. It is basically made by the citizen for the citizen. Understood? So everyone has contributed in this. Everyone's contribution is there in this. Understood? That is why it is written we the people of India. That means this constitution is made by the people of India and made for the people of India. Understood? Now, next thing is sovereign. Sovereign means free from the control of other countries. That means we are capable of taking our decision. No one can interfere in taking the decision. Understood? So, India is capable to take their own decisions for the land. Now, they do not need anyone's help or no one can interfere in the decision of India. Understood? So that is sovereign. That means free from external control. Now you have socialist. So this idea basically is taken from from Gandhism. Socialist idea is being basically taken from the Gandhism, if you see. So, if you see in the Russian Revolution, also we understood that the wealth of a land is generated by society. So it should be distributed in society. That was the main theme in the Russian Revolution, if you remember. We have already read Russian Revolution. So what was the main theme for that Russian Revolution? So it was that the wealth is generated by the society and is being distributed in the society. Understood? So that is the socialist. That means we should all the society should together develop, and then whatever will be there, that should be equally divided for the betterment of the society. Understood? Once the society will develop, and whatever they will earn, that will be again used for the betterment of the society. That is basically socialism. Okay, upliftment of the society. Now, secular. Secular means we do not promote any of the religion. No religion will be promoted. That is secular. All the religion is equal. It will be treated equally in front of the constitution. Understood? So that is secularism. Democratic. Democratic means the representatives will be elected by the people of India, and the decision, the people will indirectly participate in the decision making process. Understood? They will elect their representative, and that representative will take decision on behalf of the people. So like this, indirectly people is going to participate in the decision making process. So that is democracy. Okay. So here the people should participate. The government will be run by the people. Understood? By the elected representative who are there. That is democracy. Don't get confused in democracy and republic. Democracy is there will be participation of people in the decision making process. How? Indirectly, not directly. Indirectly, they will participate. They will elect their representative, and that representative will take decision on their behalf. That is democracy. Understood? Now, republic is the head of the state will be elected person. They will not come by the heritage people. They will be elected person. That is republic. So the head of the state is president, and that president is an elected person. Understood? Head of the government is prime minister, but head of the state will be president. That you have to keep in mind. Now justice. Now when there is need for justice, everyone will be given justice on the equal value. It will be not there that if anyone is rich having more money, they will be given priority in justice, and if someone is poor not having money, they will not be given justice, or they will be delayed in giving justice. That is not the scenario. When it is need for justice, everyone will be treated equal. Understood? No political status, no caste, no religion will be preferred. Okay. Now liberty. Liberty is basically freedom. So the people should have freedom, like freedom to speech. Like if you have your opinion, you can express that freedom, express that opinion. So that is liberty. So freedom, liberty, basically, if you see, this word belongs to French Revolution. Right? Our constitution has taken idea from many different constitutions and many different incidents which happened that time, like French Revolution, Russian Revolution. So you can see socialist from the Russian Revolution, and you can see liberty. This word comes from the French Revolution, if you remember. So liberty, that is freedom. freedom to express yourself. That is liberty. Now, equality. Equality, and you should not be confused in between equality, liberty, and justice. Justice is when it is time for justice, everyone will be treated in the same way. Justice will be given in a same way. Understood? That is justice. Liberty is freedom to express yourself. That is liberty. Equality is equal opportunities to be given to all of the people. Understood? So no person can be said that you are not eligible for this opportunity on the basis of caste or your religion. That should not be the scenario. Okay. So everyone should be treated equal. That means they should be given equal opportunities. Understood? Irrespective of their caste, religion, gender, they should be given equal opportunity. That is equality. Understood? Then you have fraternity, and that is basically that no unreasonable restrictions should be implemented on the person. That is fraternity. Understood? Without any reason, no restriction should be done or implemented on them. Understood? That is basically the fraternity. Okay, so here you would have understand all the qualities which is there in the constitution. Understood? So we, the people of India, it represents the togetherness of the people. It tells that yes, this constitution is being made by the people of India and for the people of India. This is not the work of one person. Understood? So here you see it shows the togetherness, united India. Now sovereign. Sovereign is free from external power. No one can interfere in the decision of India. India can take, like government of India can solely responsible for the decision which should be taken for the land. They can take their own decision. No one can come and interfere. There should be no external interference. Understood? Now, socialist. Socialist is basically the social upliftment of the country. That means the society should grow together, and whatever they have earned, that should be used for the betterment of the society. That is socialist. Now, secular. Do not promote any religion, any one religion. Understood? That is secularism. Democratic. That means the people of India elect their representative, and through them they indirectly participate in the decision making process. That is democratic. Now, republic, the head of the state, which is president, should be an elected person. So that is there. Now, justice. If it comes for justice, everyone will be given uh, same justice. Everyone will be given. Everyone will be treated equally. Understood? Now, liberty. Everyone should have liberty, freedom to express themselves, to live their life in their own way. That is liberty. Now, equality. Equality is everyone should be given equal opportunities. Okay. Now, fraternity. Fraternity is basically no unwanted, unreasonable restriction should be implemented on you. I hope you all have understood all the points of the preamble. Okay. Is there any question till now? Any one of you are having any question? Any questions, anyone? Okay, thank you everyone for today. We'll continue in next class.